You might have thought I did that on purpose. I didn't. Oops. Happy Wednesday. It's hump day. How about it? Let's see, did it actually post? Hey, it did. What? Okay. Do these. Yo, what's up, Gear? Happy Wednesday to you, fam. What's going on? Kayla, what's up? What does ILLYP mean? Not much, just chilling. Nice. All right, all right. Also, good to see you as well, Kayla. Blah, blah, blah. Word salad. New Halo mode, baby. Yep, I know. Attrition. I'll probably get into that this evening. Ill-prepared. Well, yeah, no, I mean, like, so is ILLYP not an acronym? Because I know the ill-prepared part. That's why I joined the server. I was just curious if ILLYP was an acronym. Just a cute nickname. I gotcha. That's cute. Wonderful. Okay. So, did I say that right? Am I right? I've been thinking, okay? Nobody knows what the words they're using mean anymore, it seems. I don't know how I missed the memo, but the last contentious stream really made me start thinking about, like, what is something that I could make sort of a regular thing in my stream? And linguistics, I think, is one of the things I want to incorporate. Because, holy fuck, I think more disagreements and disputes get ugly than need to, simply because people misuse the fuck out of words all the time. Now, I'm not exactly sure how to go about it, which is why my title says Word Wednesday ? Let's discuss. So if anyone has any thoughts in that regard, I'm listening. Blink, have you actually played the new Halo mode? Is it fun? Is that why you said something? Look at this, we got 5 beauties in here. Every one of you. Except you. You know who you are. Wait. Hopefully no one actually thinks I was talking about someone specific. I weren't. Speaking of using words incorrectly. Did my chat break down all at once? In unison? Okay, well, we can play this the hard way. Dream. Let me verify the correct use of this word. Yeah. Since you all want to be obstinate. Nailed it. Hype. Still here. Okay, good. Just no thoughts. No contribution at the moment. Got it. Well, I was just mentioning about how definitions change. Well, so it's not so much, yeah, it's both, right? So definitions change, but also people just use them incorrectly, and when in situations where a word is misused enough, yes, the definition can change. But I would still argue that the definition of the word literally is actually the same. And because of the way that particular word is used in society, it will never actually take on a different definition, if you ask me. People will just grow to understand the literal interpret or the literal definition and the way people usually use it in common vernacular, or what is it, common parlance, right? Yeah, so common parlance is used by many people in ordinary conversation, terms that are now in common parlance. Oh, hold on. That was circular. That's not a definition. You get the point. You think, all right, hold on. So I'm gonna pull this up. Yeah. Perfect. This is a really good example of what I wanted to talk about. Okay. So we have, oh shit. Hold on. I should do the clean thing. All right. Oh shit. Okay. So literally, as defined by the Oxford Dictionary, number one means in a literal manner or sense, in a literal, exact, or actual sense, not figuratively, allegorically, etc. People use literally as a sort of figure of speech, like to add emphasis. We're getting there. Number two is used to indicate that the following word or phrase must be taken in its literal sense, usually to add emphasis. Okay? This, I think, is what people really, the way people most often use it in common conversation nowadays is used to indicate that some frequently conventional metaphorical or hyperbolical expression is to be taken in the strongest admissible sense. Like, that's the way most people use it. When I say, like, he's literally the worst person on the planet, like, now I could mean, no, like, he is the worst person on the planet, or I could just be exaggerating or being hyperbolic when I say he's like, what I'm effectively saying is he's one of the worst people on the planet. But I think that's a particular word that is easy. It's in context. It's easy to understand whether you are actually being literal in your use of the word literal or literally versus just adding your own metaphorical or hyperbolic flair or figurative flair to a conversation. I mean, maybe not, but I feel like the context of the conversation answers that one most often. Yo, Cal, thank you for the follow. Hope you're doing well, fam. Yo, let's go. Aha, another member of Ill Prepared Gaming. Welcome. Nikki! What's up, girlfriend? How we doing? How's everyone doing? What is happening? Look at this. First time chat, by the way. Let me go ahead and do the thing. Oh, I can type. Hold on. Hey, everyone in here? Is it gonna work? Is it gonna work? Literally didn't change. People are just wrong. Hello? What? Why is the shout out not working? Dip bro, Streamlabs. Hey, everyone go follow Cal. All you gotta do is tap the name and go to the thing and hit the follow button, okay? Do that. I don't know what, hold on. Let's try another. Streamlabs is literally cancer. Well, you know. Wait. Let's try another one real quick. Well, okay. So there's that. I go back to everyone just click on the name Cal, and then hit the follow button, okay? If this happens, yeah, fuck me, I guess, yeah. If this happens on like with any sort of frequency, I will swiftly switch to OBS, because frankly, the reason I haven't yet is just because I don't feel like going through the effort. But if it's gonna keep causing problems like this, I'll absolutely make the switch. Yo, you guys. Yeah, who is this lady? Oh man, look at that. We're finally at the point in my streaming career where chat shit talks one another. Fantastic. Okay, so that's a good example of how the fuck are people using these words, okay? And I really thought about this, particularly in the context of the last contentious conversation we had in my stream, which I can actually go back. It was my stream on last Friday, 5 days ago. Woof, things got rough. And I did not want them to get rough. Yes, contentious. Flicks, welcome. Good to see you, fam. How are you? I wasn't involved in that convo. That's probably for the best. I don't know words, that's why I use emotes. Smart move. That's a safe bet right there. Speaking of shit talk, man, I have the nicest shit today. That's good to hear, Link. So you gonna answer my question? Or nah? Yo, how is everyone? I am fantastic. Flicks, how are you? It's always fun seeing you in here. I know you've got your own things going on, your own productive life, being a genius prodigy and all that, but it's nice to see you. It's Okies. I got called a nerd like 3 times last night. I get called a nerd like all the time, okay? There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, so the question was just, have you played the attrition game mode yet? What do you think about it, if you have? No, JK, you're cool. I think you're all cool, and I'm the nerd, okay? And no, I'm good, and no, I'm not a genius prodigy. Yeah, that's exactly what a genius prodigy would say. Just kidding. Oh, you're in between Halo matches. Okay. I like it, but it was better in Gears. Okay, fair enough. Lol, we all nerds? Hey. You might be right. Okay, so can we brainstorm this for a little bit? By the way, if you were pointing out the word contentious because you don't know what it means, let me know. I'll go ahead and do more of this definitional stuff all day long. Gear, he was talking about the new game mode in Halo, attrition. Because they got that new cyber something event. You summoned him? Yeah. Which is, didn't I just, okay, all right, I'll explain it further. Jeez, Gear, you're gonna make me do all the heavy lifting here, huh? Watch, Halo Infinite Attrition. I don't remember Attrition. It's a new game mode. Just came out today. So, it is... it's all good. I not to shit on you, but plenty of people don't pay what I would consider to be enough attention. So I'm an outlier in that regard, okay? So don't feel bad about that. So the Halo Infinite Attrition game mode is the newest addition to the multiplayer roster. Now, basically, it is a Team Slayer variation, and it starts off like a standard 4v4 game of Slayer. However, there's a limited pool of lives for each team. 8 for each team, 8 lives. So the objective of the game is to deplete the other team's pool of 8 lives. So now, I believe, yeah, so it's by killing them and then killing the whole team once they've run out and can't respawn. So there's sort of like the first 8 lives where you can respawn. Oh, it's just Gears Team Deathmatch? Sure, yeah. I don't remember. I didn't ever really play Gears of War multiplayer. I played the campaign stuff. I played a little bit of it, but that was so long ago that I don't really remember. So once the pool of lives is run out, you have the option to respawn your teammates. But of course, that is where the timing aspect comes in. And if you can't revive a teammate and you're the last one alive and you die, then the game, or the round, I suppose, ends. Yeah, it's a best of 3 rounds. There you go. Also, there's a built-in timer, apparently. I played at a time or 2 or 3,000 hours. Yeah, that's like me in Destiny 1. I think I put like 3,500 hours into Destiny 1. Yikes. And then put nowhere near that much time into Destiny 2. Hype. Look at Nikke flexing her own emote. You gotta love it. That's make it an NFT now. Why don't you, Nikke? Only played D2? Nothing wrong with that. They're both good games. So I'm curious, does nobody actually read titles of streams? Because I tell you what, that one from 5 days ago that I was literally just referring to, my title was attorney, parentheses, and lawyer, close parentheses. And nobody said anything about that. It's another one of those linguistic things that I did on purpose to try and like provoke some commentary on it. Nobody said a fucking word. Yo, Paul, what's up, fam? We're just chilling talking about words and shit. I'm not smart enough, I guess. Well, that's what, see, you're supposed to ask, right? Thank you for the host, Paul. You beauty. Golly. Paul, what a beautiful man. You know what? How do I do... Can I like force reset or like reinitiate Streamlabs is shit? Let me check. I want to do a shout out. Yeah, I wanted to shout out Paul. Yes, how are you this evening, friendo? Actually tuned into Nikke's stream? Wow. Hey, I'm proud of you. Yeah, but you got to do it more than once now, because she's a boss. Okay? I think I've only made it 2 or 3 times. I think, yeah, 2 or 3. Very few. But when I catch you on, I try to come in there if I can. Sort of okay, I guess. Got my booster for COVID this morning. My arm hurts like hell, mate. Yeah, that's what happened for me both times. Like, yes, Nikke is the boss. Well, you're a boss, all right? You can be a co-boss. I'm fostering, or I'm doing my best to foster a whole community of bosses, all right? We're all gonna be co-bosses, also known as, in certain respects, partners in a firm. Huh? How about that? So maybe that's the, like, I feel like I gotta incorporate something like that, right? If you're sub to the channel, you're a partner in this firm, all right? Welcome aboard. Now do all of my work for me so I don't have to. Oh wait, that's the associates. Damn it. Damn it. No, okay, no, you need to, okay, I think you all need to be my associates, okay? And I need to make all of you do all of the work to build my stream up. Just do all of it for me. More emotes, of course, right? Just bring people in, create the topics for me. Also, just be me so I can sit back, right? And just earn my easy living, all right? Oh, man. Yeah, we could brainstorm that too. Like ways to incorporate legal stuff into this. Yo! 3 pennies. That's 3 thoughts. Tell me what's on your mind. Let me check the... Okay. Yeah. Yeah. They're all on. I'm absolutely baffled. Can we try this again? Nikkei said I could play Town of Salem with her one day, so I guess we're friends now. I mean, you're pretty much best friends now, so that's pretty neat. Whoa! Yo, holy, that's a lot of thoughts, okay? Thank you for the 614 biddies. That's also an oddly specific number. 614. Is that like the rest of what you had or what? Yes, I appreciate you, Gear. Thank you, thank you. Just read the title. Did I miss the car accident story? Hey, better late than never. I think you're the first person to read the damn title. Not even close. All right, well, show me how much you really get. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Yes, car accident story. Do we want to hear this? This one is fucked up, all right? Like, it's not the same fucked up as the couple stories I told on Friday. This one's fucked up though, all right? So, drum roll if you actually want to hear. Yes, thank you for humoring me in my stream. No, it is not the Mustang story. That's why it's a new crazy car accident story. Mustang story is old. That shit out of here. Okay, so craziest shit of all time. All right, so this guy is one of those guys. We even in Mustangs were so 2001. Are you? Hold on. Do yourself a favor. You don't need to do me a favor. Do yourself a favor. Look up that 2020 GT 500. All right. All right. Talk about Mustangs were so 2001. I will come fight you on your own turf, Nikkei. All right. Hey, Gear, I'll come fight you too on your own turf. Gloves off. All right. Don't come at me like that. Anyways, all I got out of a car accident was a higher insurance rate and a broken bumper. Yep. Yeah. Listen, the fanboyism and hatred towards different brands of vehicles, I think, is silly. Like, is so stupid. Every car has problems, and the more technology any car has, the more problems it has. Okay, that's just the way this goes. Chevys can be pieces of shit. Fucking Dodges can be pieces of shit. Fords can be pieces of shit. It depends, you know. Even specific models of specific, or model years of vehicles can be pieces of shit compared to the others. It's silly. All right, moving on. So, story time. Stop it. Hydrate. You got it. Got my hydration right here. Mainly just because I don't have my water at the moment. I'll get some later if you care too much. But I will never own a car without heated seats and Bluetooth again. That shit is fair, all right? I don't have the heated seats part because I've got, they're the like sport fabric seats. But Bluetooth is, yeah. Hondas are great. Hondas are really reliable cars. I will tell you that. Them Japanese got something, all right? Anyway. So this guy is weaving in and out of traffic, doing the fast lane bullshit down a highway, the speed limit of which is 70, which just consider to yourself that if it's 70, especially in my particular area, people are doing 80, 85, okay? Well, he's weaving in and out of traffic, impatient, aggressive, whatever. He causes an accident, okay? He actually causes a Jeep to roll over. Now, I don't know the specifics of that part, but that part's actually not the story, okay? So he's fortunately a decent enough person, despite the driving manners, to pull over. The other vehicles that were involved, because it actually involved more than just the Jeep he caused to roll, pulled over to the right side of the road, where most cars do pull over unless they're disabled by the wreck. Well, this guy pulls over on the left shoulder of this road. Of course, these are both the lanes that are heading in the same direction. Then there's the median in the middle, and then there's the other lanes going in the other direction. So those lanes are a non-factor, okay? So this guy pulls over on the left side, the other people pull over on the right side. Well, I guess, and it's a little bit fuzzy, but basically he ends up over on the right side of the road where the other vehicles are. Okay, no problem, all well and good. They're having some conversation. Apparently it started getting heated because, you know, an accident just happened. People are pissed, understandable. Okay, well, apparently this guy needed to go get something from his car, or was going to go back to his car to just sort of separate himself from the other people, since the conversation was getting heated, right? So by the way, this is at night, it's pitch black, and the only lights on the road are literally the vehicles driving and these vehicles that have their hazards on both sides. So this lady who's driving a minivan sees the hazards on both sides and is, I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to make sure I get this. So she's in she lane changes from the slow lane to the fast lane to the left lane, and slows down to probably about 55 miles an hour. Which, by the way, still fucking fast, okay? Wait for it. Wait for it. It's coming. So as she's making her way through where these vehicles are, she goes to lane change back into the slow lane. The guy that caused the first accident was walking along the side of the road and then went and put his hand out and started walking into the road. Now, we don't know if he was under the influence or what, but he puts his hand out and he starts walking into the road. He starts walking into the road at the exact moment this woman is lane changing back into the slow lane. She can't see him because it's pitch black and there was no light on him. He wasn't wearing reflective clothing. There were no other markers whatsoever. She doesn't see him. So she hits him, like, basically with the side front of her vehicle. Like, he doesn't go up and roll over it or anything like that. Here's what happens. The guy got his left arm ripped off. Guess where they found it? Stuck in the windshield of the minivan the lady was driving. Not only that, compound fractures to both of his legs. So this guy causes an accident, has at least the decency to pull over instead of just driving away from the first accident, and then walks into the highway and gets freaking pegged by the freaking minivan and gets his arm ripped off and his legs broken. What in the actual fuck? By the way, the argument that we're gonna have to make, he's not entitled to coverage. Oh man. So imagine that. Little bit of a life advice, okay? Just, I don't know, don't walk across a highway at night. Just don't do that, all right? Park on the right side where the other vehicles are. Don't ever make yourself have to cross a highway at night. Oh shit. Yeah, we're anytime, yeah. Yo, coming in with the Prime sub, hell yeah, thank you. So the song fits perfectly, I love it. Jess, welcome back. Pog, thank you, thank you. Welcome back for 2 months. Yeah. Hello there, back to you, my good friend. How are you? Hey, that puts us at, what? Oh my God, did that not work either? Oh no, it did, 36, right? Yeah, we're good. Just missed story time. Can you imagine? Come on now. Yeah, we're up to 36. Ooh, 4 to go, baby. Hell yeah. And we got 12 days. I'm feeling confident. We can get 4 more. All right? I've been coding for almost 6 hours and I cannot stop. Help. Hey, if you listen, if you've been doing something like that for 6 hours and like you're just in that grind mode, I think you know what you enjoy doing. Yeah. So, I mean, basically all of my car accident stories, unless I specifically say, hey, this one was me, or this one was someone I know, or whoever. Yeah, they're cases we work on. So, yes, at least there's a VOD, indeed. Oh my God, let's go! Yeah, I should have done that, damn it. Hey, Nikkei coming in, gifting a subscription to Cal. Look at that. Look at that. Day 1. Welcome. You're officially part of the crew. The real question remains, though. We need to solve this. Are you an associate or a partner? Because I want to rework one thing so it would be way easier to fix. Oh, to balance. Gotcha. All right. Look at all them hypes. Yes, that, you know what? I need to start incorporating that into the sub spiel I give while the song is playing. We need to drop all these hypes in the chat. All right? Spam the shit. Flood it. Okay, good. So we got our new crazy car accident story out. Yes, and there is a VOD. So feel free to go back and listen to that crazy shit. Golly. As to like change the price of an item in one mini game I'm working on, I'd have to change like 6 different things hidden in code. Yeah, isn't that like the story of a coder's life, right? You fix one bug and create 6 others. You just hope the 6 others you created are less game breaking or impacting than the one you just fixed. Something like that. So I'm turning it into changing just 3 values and everything else automatically adjusts with proper messaging, etc. Okay. Hey, you're speaking gibberish to me. I'm not a coder, but I appreciate what you're doing. I imagine it is productive. So, good for you. So, You know, it's funny. I usually know why a bug appears when it appears. Well, aren't you just a clairvoyant, huh? Saw, Phil? Hi, dude. How are you doing? Man, do I just need to stop playing games and just chat with people? This is so much more engagement. Holy shit. Something sick happened today? I'm sure. Somewhere. At some point, right? You care to fill us in? Work just ended. Wait. Work just ended, so oh, okay. Speaking of linguistics, are you sure? Did I say that right? Best part about streams is the engagement. Exactly. I need that shit. I love it, okay? So let me ask you, Phil, what do you mean when you say work just ended, so I'm eccentric? I get the excited part. No issue there. What do you mean about eccentric? And do you mean to imply that you're not eccentric, but for when you're at work? That leads into a story. That's why I'm here. Bring it on. Lego game got a release date. It actually leaked from the Xbox store. Nice. Does that have anything to do, or could that be in any way explained by the announced acquisition of something, or is that completely unrelated? I genuinely don't know, because I don't play those games. And I haven't even really looked into the specifics of that big old Microsoft acquisition. I'm just asking because it was at the, I don't know, it was in my mind for some reason. Completely unrelated. One person just data mined it because the game package got, oh, okay. Okay. Very cool. So what's the release date? Is it coming up soon, or do we have quite a while to wait? April the 5th. Nice. Okay. That's the day after my birthday. Imagine that. I'm gonna be 113 years old. Ask me my secrets. Not super exciting. Gist is that I woke up today and felt like I wanted to die, so I dealt with tremendous brain fog, so forgive me if I use the incorrect word, lol. I don't speak English good. Hey, it's all good. I know that feeling, by the way. Like, oh man, my level is gonna go up? Hell yeah, it is. Yo, I've been steady leveling up once a year for quite some time now, okay? For anyone who doesn't actually know my age already, Phil Dude and Link, shut up. Anyone have any guesses as to how old I am? Just fun random question. At least you're leveling up. You're right. I can feel more power right at the forefront. It's almost here. I said Phil Dude and Link, shut up. Don't you say it. I'll ban you so fast. I can still say words unrelated to your inquiry. What? What? What do you mean? What do you mean? $31. Okay. See if we can get some more guesses in here. Okay. We got 39, 20, 31, 29. Jesus. Tell me to shut up, bruh, but I will not be silenced. No, you right. You right. Unless I ban you. $30, okay. I am bad at guessing. Yeah, you don't have to be like, you don't have to nail it. I know where you live. Oh shit. He's not wrong. Chad, he's not wrong. Is he threatening me? Is that a threat? Should I report him? Thanks, RNG. I wonder if you guys know my age. Sorry. So we got 28, 29, 30, and 31. Any other takers? We got 3 more people in this chat. I want 3 more responses. Oh, wait. -2, because 2 of you already know. So I want 1 more response. Who hasn't given me a guess yet? Who's the lone wolf in chat who thinks they're so cool? Huh? Oh, never mind. It's Kayla. Okay, you have no idea. That's fine. Although you could take a guess if you wanted to, but I also will imagine that maybe you're not here at the moment. So, Paul nailed it, by the way. I am 31. Going on 30 dose. 32. Going on 32, which is also like the same as 113. At the rate we're going, Jesus. Samesies. Samies. Samies, dude. Gotcha. Also, one quick thing that happened. I am on quarantine right now. Got tested today and we'll get the result probably tomorrow. All right. Well, good luck. You'll pass the test from the standpoint of negative. Hopefully. I feel like he's your digital bro, so I feel like he knew somehow. I call shenanigans. Paul, how did you know? Did I actually tell you before? I might have. I don't fucking know. At least going through COVID's pretty harmless to me. Why is that? Just to confirm. Should I not provoke these types of hot button conversations? I do consider myself to be somewhat of a provocateur. No symptoms and stuff. I literally wouldn't or couldn't tell if I went through it or not. Yeah, for now. Yeah, I have. So you cheated. You cheated. Give me the medal back. It's fine. I'll take it. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. You've been stripped of your title as the correct guesser because you weren't guessing. Got him. Yes, COVID is just like the flu. Yes. Exactly. I'm at quarantine for a few days already, though, and still no symptoms, yet my dad lost his taste. Yeah, my brother is also quarantined, but he actually has it, and he lost his taste and smell. He's fine other than that. He's also vaxxed, fortunately. So, yeah, he's fine other than that. He just has to sit at home and do nothing for like a week or so. It's good to know. Good that you have no symptoms. Crazy thing. At one point in time, my wife was positive while I was negative. Same test, same day. I was like, well, so even then, you know, Phil, which type of test did you get? Did you get the rapid test or the PCR? Or which one did both of you get? If it's not the same thing. Vaxxed 3 times already. Nice. That'll be a contributing factor. Okay, so rapid at home is, I will say, less reliable than a PCR test. So there's a chance that you might have had it and you just got a false negative. It happens. But what really matters is, you know, how bad your symptoms are. And I would hope that you're vaxxed and your symptoms weren't bad. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, not listen, you know, brainlets, particularly on the internet, and particularly young people who just don't know any better, have in some senses been duped into thinking that, like, you know, the data that comes out regarding not only COVID but the vaccines and all the therapeutics and things are binary in the sense that they either work or they don't. And it's just such a smooth brain way of looking at these issues. It's sad. I actually don't know if I did or not. This was months ago. Yeah. Yeah. Well, good. I'm glad you haven't had the need to be tested since. Neither have I. If you can believe that. What? Okay. Now I'm out for blood. Okay. We lost a follower. Live on stream. Yeesh. So what's Word Wednesday? So I'm trying to. Okay. That's a good question. People salute. We lost one, boys. Yes, we did. You know what? If you can't handle the heat, get out of the kitchen, all right? This is Hell's Kitchen. Not intended for trademark infringement. Don't sue me. I'm just kidding. This is Viper's Kitchen. There we go. So the Word Wednesday thing is like, I'm basically just considering and this ties into the quote, did I say that right? I have been thinking a lot lately about the fact that so many people use words so incorrectly that their inaccurate and incorrect use of words sparks disputes and contention and like hatred or argument that really doesn't need to happen, simply because people aren't a little bit more careful with the words they use. A lot of people use words without actually knowing what the fuck they mean. And so I'm trying to figure out how to perhaps make it at least a one time a week thing where we learn some shit about words. I don't know how to do this because I've thought maybe we have conversations with people and they tell me words they've used that have resulted in an argument before, and like maybe we analyze or break down disputes and then we get into the linguistics of it. Or if we just go like we just talk about words that a lot of people use, or maybe I take notes on words that people use without actually using them properly and we go over those things. I'm just not sure how we might be able to, thank you, how we might be able to incorporate some sort of learning into the stream. And I mean learning specifically with respect to linguistics. Like, how are we using the words we're using? And is it because we're misusing words that we're having arguments and disagreements and hating one another for a stupid ass reason that is literally no more complicated than we're not using our words properly or carefully? Sue a lawyer? Yeah, okay. Interesting for sure. I know that I use words all the time without actually knowing their true definitive meaning. So I have to ask, because this confuses me. I'm glad you said that. Why do people use words that they don't know the definition of? Why do you use words without knowing what the word you're saying means? Because Twitter arguments? See, that's exactly part of what I've been thinking about, and this is what I hate. I don't know why people use words they just don't understand. Like, again, all you have to do in today's day and age, and I'm gonna remind my chat of this until the day I fucking die, all right? If you want to present yourself as just a little bit smarter and more compelling when you have a conversation with people, specifically with respect to words you don't know the meaning of or the definition of, do yourself a quick favor. It takes 10 fucking seconds, all right? Go to Google, type in the word that you were just about to use that you don't actually understand the meaning of. And then right next to that word, type in definition and then fucking hit enter, okay? Make sure you understand the words you're using before you use them. At the very least, at the moment you reach a point of contention in a conversation where somebody takes issue with what you said and how you said it, consider what you just said and ask yourself, analyze, is there a word in there or a phrase in there that I don't actually fully understand the meaning of or the definition of? If that's the case, before you take a single step further in the disagreement or the argument, do exactly what I just said. Type in the word or phrase, then right next to it, type in definition or meaning when it comes to a phrase. Understand the words you're using and how you're using them within the context in which you use them. For fuck's sake, we could probably avoid so many conversations or so many heated disputes if people just cared about the fucking words they're using. They may hear it contextually in a conversation or in passing, yet a subconscious thought will stitch the meaning together. Yeah, I can understand how people do that because the human mind is really good at gap filling. I understand that. But so many people will operate off of their presumption as to what the word means based on the context in which they heard it. And then they will never verify the accuracy. You pick a side, you don't substantiate it, and then you stick to that side and you die on that hill. It just seems like such a stupid thing to do when we could avoid arguments and all understand each other a lot better by just putting in a little bit of effort. A little bit. And Twitter uses misogyny and ableism just to scare people because fancy words equal scary. True. But misogyny and ableism are words that I think people should understand. Especially, like, for me, obviously, the ableism thing, no doubt. I've actually had family that don't know what that word means. And I explain it to them, and then it makes sense. But by the way, that explanation comes after they said something incredibly fucking stupid. Yeah, I mean, I don't ask other people generally for definitions, though, because again, look at how pervasive the misuse of words is. So that's why I suggest to people, you should go to Google, find a Merriam-Webster's dictionary, find an Oxford dictionary, look up the fucking word. Because once you've seen it, once you know the definition, you know the definition. It's not something you have to restudy. Just put in a few seconds worth of effort to understand the words you're using, and then you'll never have to look it up again. And I'd be willing to bet most, if not all of the time from there on forward, you will use the word correctly. You'll probably even have less arguments as a result. Weird. Since my first language is Polish and I do not know most of the English words, my brain somehow assumes correctly most of the times what a word means. Yeah, that just means you're getting lucky, right? I don't know why people choose to just interpret a word however they want, and then like because they're lucky, they're like, oh, I'm good at this. I mean, you've gotten lucky a number of times. You'll also be unlucky a number of times. I'd be willing to bet. You know? It's like just a little bit, just a little bit. Look up the word. Just verify. Just verify. Does a whole lot of good. Just verify it. I interpret the word based on context of a sentence. I know. That's what I'm saying. People do that a lot. And what I'm saying is, while some people may be correct when they do that, sometimes I would almost guarantee and bet my life that the same people that do that without ever looking up words and what they mean get it wrong sometimes as well. And that's the part that I'm fixated on. Because people will use the fact that they like, you know, it's like any other thing, right? Statistically speaking. Oh, I won the lottery one time, so I must be good at the lottery. Well, I think it depends on how many times you played it, because I'd be willing to bet you've also lost, right? Just because you win the lottery, especially those people that win it on like the first try, does not mean you're good at the lottery. Same thing with like gambling at casinos. Just because you might have cleaned up a table at a casino one time does not make you a pro blackjack player or roulette player, for example. You know, but people will use that positive experience to justify their manner of doing those things, which I think is just stupid. Because again, you're basically ensuring that you're going to get it wrong sometimes when you don't actually need to. Right? Like, why leave it to chance when you can stack that deck in your favor, literally? Now guess whether I was using literally in the literal sense or the figurative sense while I go to the bathroom. Be right back. What is this Nikkei TD14 bot? What's going on in here? What is this? Hello? Just discovered legal tendies? Nice. I was working on my bot commands. Had you pulled up? Okay, gotcha. Yeah, well, you better make your bot follow me. I'm just kidding. Don't bother. Okay. Want to learn something whack about Polish use of one and many things. What? Want to learn something whack about Polish use of one and many things, like in wording. Oh, you guys with your hydrate. I'm doing beers, okay? I forgot to go get my water. I'm not doing. Why do you guys care about me being hydrated so much? Golly. No, I get it. I get it. Should I go get water? Do you want me to go get water? Oh, I just learned what this is. So you probably have like a million no, you probably have like 5 points. I think you just used all your points, right? Hey, since it's your first time, you know what? All right, everyone bear with me for just another minute. I'll go get water. This is Phil's first time, all right? We need to make it special, all right? Okay, here we go. Are you ranch because you're dressing? Yeah. Why don't you go ahead and head back to the drawing board with that one, Paul? Okay. Seeing people drink makes me hot. Well, in that case. Nothing like it. Nothing quite like water, am I right? Holy shit. Let me eat dinner real quick and then we'll figure out what else is going on. You're a naughty boy, aren't you? You have no idea. What even are these things? They're like pretzel pizza-y things? I don't know. Oh, all right. So they're just big pockets of air. Got it. Oh yeah, I like that water. Excuse me, Link. This is a mature channel. Is it? Is it now? I don't know. I don't know. They're like... What's your question, Phil? Anyways, they're like little pretzel pocket things that have a little bit of something. It's kind of an embarrassingly small amount, but they're something. They're decent. Tastes all right. Yeah, ban an in-game action for 5 minutes. And let me, it's $1,000 tendies. Is it not? Hold on. Wait, I thought if you hovered over it, it told you. Oh shit, I should probably fix that then. I thought it would tell you that. Well, that's dumb. But yeah, so it's banned an in-game action for 5 minutes. It's an in-game action, Link. Here we go with linguistics again. Viper, if you were a fruit, you'd be a fine apple. Hey. Are we boyfriend and boyfriend now? Hmm? That was pretty hot, I'm not gonna lie. We are in game. The game has you, Viper. Now, the Matrix is not a game, it's a simulation. Nice try. Huh, interesting. Yes. Polish, I mean, you probably say Polish is whack because it's your language. Like, English is whack. H-bomb is like, this is my boyfriend, and this is my boyfriend's boyfriend. Exactly. Ooh, okay, bring it on. Oh, you work at Subway because you're giving me a foot long. Yo, say, got a foot long or are you just happy to see me? Wait. Never mind. I actually did work at Subway at one point. That is indeed correct. What's on the me and you? Oh. Oh, dude, English is so dumb. I have a degree in it, and let me tell you. Tell them. Come on. Tell us all, for that matter. I also have a degree in footlongs. Burger King, get out of here. Although, I enjoy me some Burger King, okay? I like me a nice Whopper with fries. Wait. Hold on. We need to hash this out. Bill, when you order from Jimmy John's, do you actually buy the 16-inch? Okay, these are weird. I'm not sure how I feel about them. Okay. I was gonna say, dude, that's a lot of sandwich. Oof. Number 15 Burger King foot lettuce? What? Bro, I know I am, believe it or not, Phil, I am aware of your stature, okay? 16-inch subs are still big subs. Okay? Look at me. All right. Does it have to specifically be a Whopper Junior, Paul? Like, why can't I put fries on a Whopper, a regular Whopper? Link, you are 100% correct. Yep. By the way, just because I know it. Hold on. I'm gonna say this for chat's sake. You're welcome. All right. Oh, what? No, get out of here. Get out of here. So you know. Etymology is an explanation of where a word came from. It's like the origin story for words, and even the evolution story of words, to some sense. The history of words, okay, and languages. That number 15 thing was like a meme for a while. Yeah, I missed that boat apparently. French, Old English, German, Old Scandinavian, if I recall. I before E, except after C. I literally just, it's funny. I was just asking, like, what was the word? I think it was ceiling. And someone misspelled it. It was on a meme or something like that. And I was thinking to myself, has this person never heard the phrase I before E except after C? Like, how do you like, especially if you go to like American schools, I feel like that's widely taught, that phrase. I can't believe that you said neighbor instead of neighbor like a proper Brit. Link is not a proper Brit, okay? Hey, have fun playing with things, Phil. Also, let me know if I missed anything. I don't think I have, but just in case. Studying Japanese really opened my eyes because they don't have exceptions to their rules. Well, yeah. Christy is asking you what your personal favorite goofy word is in the English dictionary. Huh. That's a good question. Let me think about that one for a minute. Gobbledygook's a good one. Pumpernickel's a good one. Adulting. Yeah. Doesn't he hate that one? Nothing more satisfying than being hungry and watching you eat. It's Word Wednesday, Paul. I have to do this, all right? I love you, man. But in that context, it's THAN. Shut the fuck up. What? There's nothing wrong with a little bit of adulting. Got him, chat. Got him. Should I say it again? See if we can make him actually puke? You're banned, Viper. Ah, fuck. You can't ban me. Not even Twitch could ban me. Guaranteed. Oh, hey, we're up to 10 minutes of guitar. All right. Here we go again. Go play guitar. All right, I'll grab it. I'm not sure what I want to play, but I'll grab it. Also, I don't know that I want the rest of these. Find out. You know what? Hey, let me get to, hold on. Let me finish this salad and then we'll do some guitar, okay? Let me just eat this real fast. Bamboozle's great, sure, yep. Discombobulate, flabbergast, defenestration. Oof. Oof. Defenestration is the act of throwing someone out of a window. Or the action of dismissing someone from a position of power or authority. Yeah, that's the same, right? Power, authority, window, it's fine. Speaking of the English language. Masticate, yep. There's one. Gumption, yep. You like Bofa, Viper. Okay, all right. Here, you know what, Paul? It's been a long time coming, all right? You're banned. You're banned. What the fuck is that word? Hold on. Oh yeah, I was reading it. One of the longest words in the dictionary and is named for a fear of long words. Rip. I said you're banned, Paul. Ah, oh, fuck. I am definitely banned now. Ah, oh, shit. Well, looks like we're up to 15 minutes of guitar. Jesus. Wait. Bofa is good, man. Why are you still trying, Paul? You're already banned. Shh. Be quiet. You can't talk in chat. You're banned. I want to see the whole word. Oh, Jesus. Why am I banned for liking a food, LMAO? You know what? Each time you double down, you're double banned, all right? Fuck you. The chemical name of Titan. What is Titan? Halo gives me a challenge for CTF, then gets pissy when I quit out of non-CTF games. Yep. Takes 30 minutes to read it completely? Yeah. Okay. Bet I could do it faster. That is crazy. That's legitimately crazy. A protein that allows your muscles to contract. Okay. Or would you say it's a protein that allows your muscles to tighten? I think the word banana is super weird. Okay. Do I want to play Gloomhaven or watch a hype AF movie? I think you want to watch a hype AF movie and keep talking to chat while you watch it. The dad jokes. Hey. Damn, did you see what's going on in Kenya today, though? Messed up stuff, man. You're a real old-fashioned piece of shit, Paul. I hope you know that. Hey, she's gotten better about that. I will say, Link, she's much more engaged with movies, at least when we're watching movies together. I don't know. I love how you had to say it because you're like, ah, fuck, he's not taking the bait. But I still have to say it. And so then there you are, saying it. You feel better? I have not seen Vaccines, A Measured Response by H. Bomber Guy, Jess. Why do you ask? Is it actually interesting and informative, or is it some conspiracy theorist bullshit, or what? Up, dog? It's informative. Is it on YouTube? H. Bomber Guy, I think, is a YouTuber, right? Should we watch it? Oh, it's pretty long. Hold on. Let's see how long it is. Holy, an hour and 45 minutes. Okay. Damn, that is, I would dedicate a stream to watching that if anyone was actually interested. So, I will ask. You guys seem to be pretty engaged with the just chatting stuff, as opposed to when I'm playing Halo. Should we make this just chatting stuff more of a thing? Should I devote more time in my streams to just chatting and talking about things? I'm open to it as long as I know people are actually going to engage. There's also a 45-minute flat Earth, a measured response from H Bomber guy. Interesting. Oh, interesting. Okay. That's crazy. You want to talk about growth? H Bomber Guy's Flat Earth, a measured response from 3 years ago, has 4 million views. The vaccines, a measured response video from 7 months ago, has 3.7. That's pretty crazy. Dude, if I was full-time as a streamer slash content creator, the amount of content I would actually like absorb and go through and engage with be so much higher than what I do now. That guy who wanted to make that competition also did a lot of, well, let's just say unlawful stuff. Surprising. Okay, well, seems like people are starting to chill out, so I'm kind of curious. I'm not sure. There's a has anyone heard of Mr. Girl? I'm just gonna ask that incredibly generally. There's also a video on climate denial. Yep. Yo, thank you for the penny for your thoughts. B-Day 1, it's not my B-Day. What? Thanks, pal. Yeah, I actually just saw the, as I was scrolling down, the climate denial one, and then Soy Boys, which is a hilarious meme, and then some shows and video games. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess we could go through and watch those things, but again, I'm trying to figure out how to get people to engage with the learning side of things here. Not talking about you guys specifically. I'm talking about in general, because I want my stream to be a hybrid of not just video games, but also learning things and actually thinking critically and analyzing stuff, you know? That cupcake you need to share with the actual birthday boy here. Well, hey, if he's not here, I'm eating it. So, you know. I did just finish dinner, so that cupcake's looking like a pretty good dessert. Ah, shit. Ah, fuck. Well, he ate it. Right out of my hand, even. That shit was crazy. You saw. I was holding it. And then you just nom-nommed it right out of my hand. Kind of intimate if you think about it. Damn, I want one now. I'm on a diet, though. Rip. Oop. Hey, piece of cake. Piece of cake is mine, though. You can't nom-nom-nom. Nom-nom-nom. See? I already ate it. Fuck you. Who the fuck? Oh. I'm actually wetting colon cleansing. Gotta look good in tux, so my gut got to slim, bro. Okay, yeah, yeah. I've never done a colon cleanse, but I'm sure it's productive. Yeah. So that Mr. Girl guy, obviously, like, so right now, there's Mr. Girl is actually streaming on Twitch, and just started on Twitch like within the past couple months. And Destiny actually really helped draw attention to him as an individual and as a character. And holy fuck, the drama that has come out of this. Because I will say, admittedly, oh yeah. So he says incredibly controversial things. I get that. But fucking A, is he very critical in his thought. And you're also correct that he doesn't ignore the questions given to him by Destiny. He's actually interviewing Destiny right now, and I really want to watch it. But again, when I pull that shit up, everybody fucking leaves. So I'm not doing it. I'll just watch it later, at least for now. But I would love to actually engage in that type of conversation, or react to that type of conversation, and also engage in a tangential conversation about what's being discussed on stream. Because, like, without knowing all of the history of Mr. Girl as an individual, and with only references to the discussion about the things he's said in reaction to the Cuties film, like, I all I know is that, holy shit, people take issue with the things he's said, and they've like just lambasted him with accusations of being a pedophile and or being a rapist. And it's just like, holy shit. It's incredibly interesting to listen to him speak and to actually watch how he thinks and how he interacts with people. He's kind of like Destiny. He just presents it a little differently. He's incredibly engaged with anybody he's talking to, and that's actually how I am. Again, I just present a little bit differently than both Destiny and Mr. Girl, but I am very, very calculated in the words that I use, and this is a part of why I want to bring in this linguistics aspect into my stream. And let's see. I listened to the entire first debate stream with him. That's good. Yeah. It's so interesting to actually engage in these conversations that most people just fundamentally can't engage with because they're too emotionally based. Like, their entire worldview and mode of being is far too emotionally based and almost devoid of logic. And it's really frustrating. I actually was not a fan of you watching the interview thing because I couldn't hear them at all. And also, I wasn't interested in politics. Okay, so which one of those two was it predominantly? Okay, was it because you couldn't hear them, or because you weren't interested in that discussion? Because the volume can be adjusted if you say something. The politics part, not so much. I am interested in politics. I enjoy. Yeah, see, well, I'm glad to now hear after the fact from both of you that the volume was super quiet when both of you fucks could have said something while it was ongoing, which would have enabled me to turn it up so you could have heard it. All right? I hate, like, why do people give me, fuck it. I'm moving past that one. I'm not going to get stun locked on that. Oh, Jesus. It was fine for me. Well, there you go. See? So both not interested and couldn't hear. So you're basically a non-factor then. You're exactly not my target audience when it comes to that type of stuff. Yeah, and Phil, you're not either. So, it's funny because like my two actual friends in chat right now are not my target audience for the thought-provoking stuff. And I'm obviously not trying to say that you guys are not thought-provoking or intellectual. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just trying, like, I'm shaping my audience a bit here as my streaming career goes through its paces. All right, I'm gonna meet with someone to sell my Switch. So if you never hear from me again, that's why. Okay, hey, good luck, fam. You got this. All right, meet at a police station or something. Make smart decisions. Okay. Don't get in the one van that only has the door on one side and all the windows are covered up, especially if the side of the van says we have cookies. You're welcome for the sound advice. We'll see you next stream, because now you're not gonna die. Also, hearing someone react during my first viewing of a thing is like watching a movie with your friend constantly talking about it. Yeah. I totally understand. That just means you're not the target audience. Yeah. This bastard knows we'll show up anyways. He's playing the metagame. Correct. You have to know the metagame. That Mr. Girl guy had weird stuff to say about trans peeps, right? I heard something about that. I haven't actually heard the conversation about it, but my suspicion, based off of the experience I do have in watching and listening to the man speak about issues in general, is that he is not one of the people that I would consider to be a part of the problem. At worst, he's probably a skeptic because of a lack of understanding, which I truly understand. And what I take away from that is the same thing that I've taken away from everything else I've seen him engage with so far. Unlike so many fucking people that have those types of conversations, he remains in good faith and he remains intellectually honest throughout the discussion. Even if it's not particularly, like, he doesn't particularly share the same perspective at that particular vacuous moment in time, you can tell that he's engaged and he's listening to what the person he's speaking with about the issue is saying. And that very well may shape his response or his perspective in the future. One of the worst aspects of gaining, like, overall intellect and insight, like just a broader perspective of the world, is you catch so much faster when you're having a conversation with someone who's not engaging in good faith. On the other hand, that does make it easy to spot that and just fucking dip out of the conversation, because if you're not going to engage in good faith, fuck this. Like, I'm not doing this meaningless exchange back and forth. That was actually what happened during my last contentious stream. I'm not here for that shit. If both of or all of the participants in a conversation, whether disputed or not, are in good faith and listening to one another for the sake of attempting a broader understanding, attempting to reach a broader understanding of the issue, I love that shit. As soon as I can tell you're not actually hearing what I say, on purpose or otherwise, and you're just waiting for your chance to spout your perspective again, like, nope, I'm over that. I hate those fucking conversations. They're a massive waste of time, and neither party leaves the conversation satisfied unless you're a psychopath. So I hate that shit. Oh my God. You technically have a defensive weapon, a switchblade. Good one, dude. Hell yeah. That shit's hilarious. What do we think about my weird dumbass faces? Huh? This music reminds me of Doki Doki Literature Club. Okay. I don't know what that is. If I recall, Mr. Girl had like one argument towards talking someone out of being trans or something like this. Yeah, I tell you what, if you can find that video or that particular point of discussion, I would love to watch it. The Grumps did a playthrough of Doki Doki Literature Club. It's utterly hilarious yet spooky. Not sure if anyone in the chat knows that game. Okay. I don't. I mean, you could probably do that to some people, but I bet it's not a case for most, if not me. Yeah, I would be willing to bet that that's not his goal. And if it is, in the context of any given conversation, it probably comes out if the individual he's speaking to expresses some uncertainty. Now, I'm speaking right out of my ass at the moment, just so you know. I mean, do you guys want to, do you want to watch it? I would be perfectly willing to engage with it. Very anime, but pretty good. But you also kind of need to have some XP with visual novels. Yeah, I do not. Love you guys lots. Time to log off, though. Christy and I got plans. Don't forget me. Who's that? Who was that anyways? Right? Some random bot or something. That's crazy. Love you, Phil. We'll catch you next time. Love you, Chrissy. Bye. We'll see you soon. 2.5 hour long replay. Let me, oh yeah, I watched this. Hold on, let me look through the timestamps real quick. Yeah, no, there's no timestamp that points that out. Oh, okay. Let's see what the new one is.
I've listened.
Oh, yeah, okay, so this is vaguely coming back to me. So it's the story that people latched on about him, about Mr. Girl talking his girlfriend out of taking testosterone therapy, or what is it, HRT? Yeah. Probably after the 37, exactly, yep. So, yeah, we can look at that real quick. Go ahead and do it. Let's just pull this up. Hold on one sec. Where the fuck is my... I have too many windows open. Oh, here we go. Jesus. All right. What the fuck? Here, get that there. Okay. All right.
So I believe that external validation is really important. Like I need to be able to.
I talked to my girlfriend out of taking testosterone when we first met.
Okay. Yeah, were we going somewhere with that?
Yeah, she said I'm thinking of starting a low dose of testosterone.
Mm-hmm.
I'm non-binary. I want you to use this nickname for me. I want you to use... Oh, this is her on my shirt. I want you to use they, them pronouns. And I was like, no.
He does that on purpose. You can actually tell. So first off, he does it on purpose. And if you watch him enough, you can tell that he very strategically pauses in certain places. And I think part of the reason he does that, and this is just a guess, but I know it's intentional. I can just feel it. I can feel that it's intentional. So I guess technically I could be wrong. So I'll throw that disclaimer out there. But in my perception, it's intentional. And he does it on purpose in particular points of conversation after making or after hearing someone else make particular statements that are going to make someone's ears perk up and go, whoa, whoa, what the fuck, huh? Right? So it's the point where you're when he does it, at least, I feel like he's allowing time for people to process what he just said and decide which way they think they're headed, whether it's in agreement or disagreement. But my read is he does that on purpose, partially because he is careful with the words he says, but also partially because he enjoys the provocation of reactions, both good and bad, or positive or negative, or agreement or agreeing or disagreeing.
I'm not doing that shit. I said you hate women, and that's fine. But don't expect me to participate in your self-hating misogyny. You can hate yourself. You can hate your body. And I feel like, maybe you haven't had the kind of like freedom to do that. It's okay. You can hate your body. We can still date. You can hate your body. You can hate it every single time I say your name. But don't take testosterone. And I'm not going to call you names. I'm not going to call you by your masculine nickname. And I'm not going to call you you're a girl. And she was like, I want to be referred to as your partner, not your girlfriend. This was like maybe 2 weeks after we started dating. Mm-hmm. And I was like, no, I don't want a partner. I want a girlfriend. You're my girlfriend. I'm not doing this.
Okay. So I understand the story, but I don't know if I can go or what. So are you trying to say that like by doing this, you think you talked somebody out of being trans, so they weren't really trans, so you're kind of like extrapolating this to trans people in general, or?
Yeah, I guess I'm saying in my experience is that you can talk people out of being trans by making room for them as they are.
Do you think that it might be possible that and I will concede, I'll say that there probably are some people that think they're trans, but they're having a different type of experience they haven't identified yet. But there might also be some people that are trans that there is no other experience, like they're never going to feel comfortable with their sex or gender.
Can I just point out real quick? We've been watching this for 2 minutes. 2 minutes. And I'm down to 2 viewers.
Do you think that's possible?
No, because I think that's kind of a definitional thing. Like, if someone is you don't have to be comfortable with your body.
Yeah. I think that is a massive influence in that in that type of decision being made is right. What is your partner's perspective, and how much do you value your partner? Yeah, but to be fair, you're probably also not interested in the conversation anyways, even if you weren't, right, Link? As we established previously. It's all right, man. Enjoy your shit. Have fun playing Gloomhaven. I was just making an observation. Yeah. I already did. Yeah. Yeah. It's okay, man. Enjoy your game. I want to find more people that also want to engage with this kind of stuff. That's all. So I'm not shitting on anyone who doesn't want to engage with it, although I think people should be a little bit more open to engaging with these types of conversations. But if you don't want to, you don't want to, and it's your choice. You don't have to. So I hope I find more people as my streaming career evolves that are interested in engaging with this kind of stuff. Well, I can be a bridge between non-trans and trans peeps. Exactly. And you're not the only one. You're not the only one. So before we continue this, though, let me go to the bathroom real quick. BRB. Oh, shit. All right. We back.
Body. Like, I don't think that means that you should be in another body. I think it just means you hate your body. And like hating your body is pretty normal. Lots of people hate their body. I think of trans people the same way I think of like women who get breast implants.
So this is something that, well, and I don't actually remember where this conversation goes, but and you can actually tell me if I'm right or wrong here. I have a feeling I'm right, but I also want to acknowledge my position being way different as a well, you get my point. What I think is missing from Mr. Girl's consideration, at least thus far in the conversation, right at the point where we just paused it, is there's a difference between hating your body and feeling like you're in the wrong one, right? So there are certain aspects of my own body that I do not like. Now, nothing I can do about them, right? But there are just certain things I don't like. The not liking it is, I'd be willing to bet, most likely or most predominantly born out of the comparison to what the socially accepted norms are, or what the social aim is. I've never once, however, felt myself like I'm in the wrong body, like I just have the wrong features. Not only do I hate the features I have, I feel like they're not the right ones. So that's not even to say that necessarily changes the outcome for him specifically, but it is just like a single level of nuance that I feel like up to this point is missing. That could potentially make a difference.
They feel that their boobs just should be bigger. And so they go make them bigger. And then they either feel better or they don't feel better. But
now, see, that's not a good comparison, because the people who get breast enlargement or anything enlargement, for example, don't feel like that's the way their whatever they enlarge is supposed to be. They feel, generally speaking, like that's how I want them to be. Right. So for you, it's not to say I hate my body. It's this doesn't feel like what my body is supposed to be. There's a distinction there. And a lot of people won't grasp that distinction. I imagine some of them don't even want to, but there is a distinction there.
There's no word for it though, and like I don't think we need a word for this. As like an identity, it's not an identity to want your boobs to be bigger. You just want them.
Do you think? Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I was gonna say giving it a word and a name. It just protects it. It's like.
Right.
I just see a trans person as someone who walks into a therapist's office and says, "Doc, I want to be a girl," and they have figured out, and this is understandable. I don't blame trans people for any of this. How to get more and more people to say that they are the gender they want to be said that they are. Give them what they want, which is hormones and surgery and acceptance, and I think they should have acceptance. I don't agree with giving trans people hormones and surgery, and it's just like no one will say no.
Do you think that it's possible? Or here's a question: do you think that there's any like internal experience of being a gender? Or maybe a more personal question, like if you were to wake up tomorrow as a woman with boobs and a vagina and you had a woman's body or whatever, would you be like okay with that? Or
I'd be okay with it, but I'm a freak, so I don't think that.
Do you think a lot of people have internal experiences related to their agenda? Did I say agenda? Or I mean it's gender. I don't know what I said there. Sorry. I saw you choke on your water. I got distracted.
Agenda. I'm going to choke for another second. So say it again.
Go for it. Do you think that people have an internal experience of a gender? that's like unique from your other, like, oh, like I'm
Wait. HRT is not that cheap. That's why no one will say no. What do you mean? Who's the no one you're referring to? Is it the offeror of the HRT treatment, or the offeree, the recipient of the HRT? Wouldn't say no. Oh yeah, I know. I saw the kappa. Don't worry. I didn't disregard that. I was just trying to clarify. So the doc. Yeah. So you mean because if someone says, "Hey, I want to get HRT," especially if they have insurance that would apply to cover it, because I know that not all of them do. I'm pretty sure. If there's insurance that'll cover it, the doc's going to be like, hell yeah, I'm making money. My impression, my understanding could be wrong there.
I'm a gamer, I'm an American, blah, blah, blah. Do you think people have an experience like I am a man or I'm a woman, and that's a strong internal experience that I have?
Yeah, but I think it's all socialized mostly. Like the experience of being a woman in Beverly Hills is very different from the experience of being a woman in like Afghanistan.
Sure.
Like to the point where they're calling them the same gender, it almost doesn't even make sense.
Do you think that even if the experience is socialized, it's still a pretty real and powerful thing, right?
Yeah. I think your gender is your experience of how you and others perceive the sexuality of your body.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'll never, ever happen in the United States. Like across the board, that being incorporated into taxes, no way. Because let me tell you, the intolerant dissent wing of that issue it'll just never happen.
So yeah, even if it's socialized, it's still very powerful and
so for
real to an extent.
You said something earlier that I kind of agree with a little bit. It's a little controversial, but like I'm willing to bet that there are at least parts of our sexual orientations that are at least somewhat socially developed.
If I had to be gay, I could be gay.
Okay.
If you're gonna put a gun in my head, say you're gonna kill me,
to be clear, there's a difference.
Woman,
well,
like,
hold on, wait. To be clear, there's a big difference between like having sex to save your life versus a genuine attraction to the male body, right?
I don't know.
Okay, well here, let me. Okay, wait, that was a rhetorical question. There absolutely is, right?
Yeah.
When you see,
I don't know.
No, yes, you do. Yeah, yes, you do. There's a massive difference, right? It's like, look, that would be the same as saying like, well, it's the same thing if you kill someone because someone forced you to kill someone upon threat of your own death, for example, or you just killing someone on your own. There's obviously a difference there. There's also obviously a difference between performing what would be considered a homosexual activity at gunpoint or through duress and coercion, as opposed to recreationally bringing that into your life, right? Like again, I know he's hearing this. He's saying things that he believes. I'm sure he's incorrect on those things. But what my suspicion is that because of how receptive he is to these conversations, and Destiny in particular, when Destiny says these types of things, he actually absorbs them because Destiny's not the other people who are shitting all over Mr. Girl and making these arguably unfounded accusations of pedophilia and rapists and all that shit. Paying for the doc that will look over you so you won't overdose on hormones, plus for the actual hormones, will cost me like $70 a month here. Nice, wow. Yeah, interesting.
Okay, well, let me explain then. If you see, or I'm assuming actually, and I could be wrong, if any of these don't match up with your experience, that's fine. But if you see certain things of a female body, there's like an innate sexual attraction to that. So like nice boobies, nice booties, like these are things that as a male, typically you see it, you're like, wow, I'm getting horny because I'm seeing things that are like, wow.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's a difference between that versus like,
Go on.
if you're gonna make me fuck a woman, I can do it. Versus like just seeing.
But don't you sometimes feel like that?
Sure, but it's a different kind of thing. It's a different thing.
But sometimes aren't you just you're like fine.
Yeah, but like there's still like a difference between I am innately sexually excited by this particular trait versus like
The difference has eroded for me as time has gone on. I remember being like 12 and people being like, Keanu Reeves is very handsome, and me being like,
Which is true.
What do you mean? I can't tell the difference between a handsome man and a non-handsome man. I don't know why people are like really like Pierce Brosnan is attractive, or Sean Connery. That was a really confusing one. People were like, Sean Connery, he was the best Bond because he was so sexy. And I was like, how is Sean Connery sexy? I don't understand. That's confusing.
Yeah, see, now he's arguing subjective opinions. Like, what is the point of that? I find that type of discussion to be almost entirely pointless. Like, the simple reality is that a shit ton of people find like Keanu Reeves and Sean Connery to be attractive or sexy. You don't have to also agree. And just because that's the majority perspective doesn't make it right or wrong. And just because you happen to be the dissent with respect to that perspective doesn't make you right or wrong. It's subjective. Who cares? It's stupid, you know?
Confusing to me. And then like as I went through my teens, I was like, oh yeah, I would go down on Keanu Reeves. I didn't know that about myself. But the more I've thought about it, and the more it's like I get it now. Okay, so I've definitely become gayer as exposure to like other people's sense of who's attractive has definitely made me gayer.
okay. So we believe that we can.
I would argue though that the exposure to different perspective opens your mind up enough that you allow yourself to acknowledge what you might not have originally been willing to acknowledge, right? So it's sort of the prototypical pipeline from conservatism to liberalism, right? It's like when you're exposed to more viewpoints, you understand that you have more options at your fingertips, which then allows you to get a little bit more creative with the options you choose and how you decide to put them together. I feel like that's basically what has happened and is happening with Mr. Girl over time, right? Based on literally just what he said right there. It's like, you know, I was I'm dismissive of it. It doesn't make any sense. And then you were presented with the social aspect of different opinions. And then you went, well, actually, that's kind of interesting. You make a good point. That's exactly how that works, right? It's the same reason, like conservatives, and particularly conservatives who did not go to like college or graduate school, for example, tend to be so closed-minded in their own life perspective and their worldviews that they accuse the people who go to college and grad school of becoming snowflakes, because that's what higher education really does, is it turns you into a snowflake. No, it doesn't. Not by and large, no, it doesn't. It just makes you more open-minded to the fact that your perspective is not the only fucking one on this planet of 8 billion people. Okay? It's not that difficult. The fact that you reject that open-mindedness and call it the perspective of snowflakes, which was literally levied at me on Friday, is not a valid argument. You're just showing your closed-mindedness. That's it. Like, again, you don't even have to change your perspective, but at least acknowledge the other perspectives. Yeah, I think we're at 7.8 rounded up. Oh yeah, 7.5, 7.753. So like 7.8 rounded up. Yep. Or I guess if you go to, yeah, 7.9. But here's the crazy thing. That number's dropping now. Because it's like I think the birth rate has declined on a global scale at this point. Like there are so many countries where this is the first time, like this is the first year or something like that, where the birth rate is actually going to drop significantly, such that we are going to see population decline in some of these countries, which I think is really interesting, and I also think it's necessary for so many different reasons. Yeah, that's such an involved point of discussion, but yeah, there you go. By the way, that is also still my opinion, okay? You're allowed to disagree, but at least acknowledge the fucking different opinion. Not that difficult. You know what I find really sad? The really high self-ending of, let's say, simulation. Yet I think that I know what's the reason behind it. Wait. This self-ending of simulation? What, can you explain that a little bit more?
Can socialize, or you believe that you can socialize like a sexual attraction, right? Which I think I can kind of agree with. But like,
It's probably easier to socialize it into existence than out of existence.
Yeah, possibly, yeah, sure. So we can agree that we can socialize it, but I'm trying to get us on the same ground that we both acknowledge that there is some underlying real thing that's happening there. It's not like a sexual attraction is like any arbitrary, like, oh, tomorrow I'm just going to be sexually attracted to a woman's forehead. There's a difference between like these sexual body parts that we've either been socialized to find sexual, or like things that are just innately, like booties and boobies seem to be.
The percentage of trans people committing the end. Oh. I don't know why you said simulation there. I'm not sure. You might not have said that right. to go to my stream title again. You might not have said that right. I'm not sure what you mean when you say simulation, but yeah, the higher rate of suicide amongst the trans community. Why? I mean, it's not about the word itself. Like I feel like that's another thing, is people are so touchy about these types of conversations. And it was actually literally on a stream from this past couple weeks that Destiny did against basically what shit. Bots, man. Nah, no. He did a kill stream where, hold on, let me try and pull this out. Why does my what? Where, hold on, let me try and pull. Why does my whatever? I don't even fucking care. Yes, I do. Why is my YouTube title wrong? What the fuck? Okay, well I can't change it. That's stupid. I'll look into that later. Let me hold on one second. Let me go to this. It was. Oh, yep. So it's. Let me pull this up. This one. Kill stream debate on white genocide featuring Ethan Ralph. Was the same thing. What were we talking about? Hold on. I lost the point while trying to find the fucking video. Oh, yeah. So they talk about this very briefly in here, where like this Ethan Ralph, I think it is, but like whoever the fuck he's debating, a conspiracy theorist or whatever, basically says like, oh, we can't talk about anything regarding white genocide because we'll get banned, blah blah blah. It's our perspective. If you disagree, or I'm sorry, if you talk about the fact that white genocide is a thing and it's a bad thing, then you're going to get banned. And Destiny responded by saying, no, like we've had a lot of really, really contentious discussions. We've used a lot of really, really contentious and controversial words, and we don't get banned. It's not the word itself. It's about how you employ that word. So like you can say the word suicide, for example. It depends on the context in which you use it. If I tell someone on stream, you should kill yourself, or, hey, commit suicide, or even like, hey, commit Roblox, I'm serious, right? Something like that is obviously controversial enough that you're breaking TOS there. But just to say the word genocide or suicide is not against TOS inherently. But yeah. So I'm now I'm a little curious as to like what your aversion is to that word, because I know it's not a fun word, but it is an accurately descriptive word. So I think one of the reasons of people committing, I'll say it, not that I mean any offense, suicide is either insane dysphoria that can be fixed rather easily, or insanely big depression due to small amount of acceptance, for example. Betting more on the depression, I think it is both. I think it is both, and here's why. I think it's not just depression due to the acceptance issue, but regardless or notwithstanding that particular issue, one of the things I learned when I went through my own first bouts with depression and anxiety was I learned just exactly how powerful that downward pull is. And I also came to appreciate how quickly you can go very, very far into that hole if you do not have a proper support network. So, for example, like not having the means or the support network to address adequately your sense of dysphoria, which leads to the depression. So I think they play hand in hand with one another a lot of the time. I think a lot of people, if they just had someone saying, hey, I'm here with you. I can't empathize because I haven't actually been there, but I can sympathize. And I can empathize in certain more abstract senses, and I'm here for you. Sometimes even just hearing that is incredibly therapeutic. And a lot of people don't hear shit like that. So yeah. And you're, you can do that if you want. I know it's not an ugly word, but hey, life isn't always pretty or, socially cautious. And I just use it because it's an accurate word. I just think, like, frankly, for me, it just feels a little bit more accurate to me and less of like, so I almost, and I'm not trying to throw this at you at all, but like the changing or the rerouting of the rhetoric to saying like not living or game ending or pulling the plug does tend to come across as more of a snowflakey type of thing, right? Like we're trying to sugarcoat everything. And I'm not saying that's like, I'm not saying you're one of the people that tries to sugarcoat everything, for the record. But that's just like, it sort of harkens to that. And I think that the word suicide conveys exactly the meaning and the dirtiness of the situation. And I think maintaining that sense of dirtiness is kind of important, at least from my perspective. So I can appreciate both. Basically what I'm trying to say.
Are you there?
Oh shit, not this one.
Be attractive to universally to men, right?
Yeah, well, whatever it is, it's big and requires a lot of inertia to move it if it's movable at all.
Sure. So I guess what I'm trying to get at is that, like, if we can have like these innate feelings that leave us attracted to what I would say are secondary sexual characteristics, so the things that our bodies tend to develop when we're in puberty, if we can have like an innate attraction to these things, could we not also have, and when I say innate, I don't mean like unchangeable gender, I just mean innate, like it's a very deeply, very huge part of us. Yeah.
Strong, yeah.
If we can have those kind of innate experiences, could we not also have an innate like experience of our gender that's also equally like very difficult to move, or maybe even impossible at a certain point in life?
Like an innate attachment to having those body parts rather than being attracted to them.
Yeah.
Sometimes it truly is enough just to say that you're here for people. Yet, for example, I never had depression and probably never will. I don't know what is the reason why. Seems that I just don't care about people being just straight up assholes to trans peeps, and I feel like accepting myself is enough for me. That is a good thing for you. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because I'm going to tell you, in a completely different sense, and I am not making this statement as though it's an apples to apples comparison by any stretch of the imagination, but I am also in a very unique position as a human being, okay? Like, especially when I'm out in the real world, because people immediately look at me differently because of the way I walk, the fact that I walk around with crutches. People immediately look at me different and treat me differently a lot of times. On top of that, when you add how critical I am with thought and logic and the things people say and wanting to dig into conversations and try and unpack the things people say for the sake of trying to understand them better, and then having them push back on the fact that I'm trying to understand them better as though I'm the asshole, like, which, by the way, happens all the fucking time. It's like I feel incredibly isolated from the majority of the population. Now, the good news is, number one, I do have a really strong support group that knows who I actually am and knows that, you know, that all the negative shit that other people who don't actually take the time to understand me, just don't understand. But also, I have reached a point where I am confident enough in my own intellect, my own critical thought, my own capacity and capability for critical thought. And I have spent enough time doing a lot of absorption of real world things, and also a lot of introspection with the way I interact with the world and myself, that I am confident in who I am, even though I know that basically until the day I die, I'm going to be one of those people that very few people relate to. It's unfortunate because I wish people could relate to me a little bit more than I can relate to them, frankly. But I also know there's nothing I can really do about that. I can only, when I find someone who, similar to Mr. Girl, expresses or shows that they are listening with open ears and an open mind, try and have conversations with those people that might open their mind up just a little bit more, and that's it. Now they're not partially paralyzed. I'm at this point like not at all paralyzed, but I will say like my muscles are, like my leg muscles are weaker, and it like they tighten up faster. So yeah, I think that's the simple way to put it. I survived. Hell yeah. Used your switchblade. Nice. So yeah, I was paralyzed from the neck down, when I was 1 year old. But a lot of that came back fairly quickly. And then my legs actually came back over time. Now, they will never be as strong nor as flexible as, most other people. But compared to where I was supposed to have been, based on what the first doctors told my parents, I am leaps and bounds, pun intended, ahead of that expectation or that prediction. And so, again, knowing that I've done all of the things I have done throughout my life to overcome not just that physical hurdle, but also the mental hurdle, and understand that not everybody understands their own physical self or mental self the way I understand both. Like, I understand both my physical and mental self better than most people understand one of those with respect to themselves. And that's really frustrating to me because I've put the time in to try and understand that in my life. But, that just is what it is. I also had like a huge problem before I was even 3 months old. I already had cancer. Yeah, you are in a high risk group. Yep. I'm going to miss my Switch, but but 400 is a bit better. Hey. I mean, as long as it was a worthy transaction to you, man.
Yeah, for sure. I think if it were easy to
Let me
move,
back up. No. Oh, you can't do that?
move it if it's movable at all.
Sure. So I guess what I'm trying to get at is that, like, if we can have like these innate feelings that leave us attracted to what I would say are secondary sexual characteristics, so the things that our bodies tend to develop when we're in puberty, if we can have like an innate attraction to these things, could we not also have, and
That's
when I
fair.
say innate, I don't mean like unchangeable gender, I just mean innate,
You
like
mean
it's a very
big.
deeply,
You just mean
very huge
big,
part of us. Yeah.
Strong. Yeah.
If we can have those kind of innate experiences, could we not also have an innate like experience of our gender that's also equally like very difficult to move, or maybe even impossible at a certain point in life?
Like an innate attachment to having those body parts rather than being attracted to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I think if it were easy to move, if we could talk trans people out of being trans, we would just
Exactly, Jess.
Or it would have been done by now, or even yeah, go ahead.
Not everything, by the way.
So,
but I get your point.
Say, if we could easily,
I'm sure you meant it literally.
I might just be good at it. I don't know.
Do you think there's a possibility that the person that you talked out of it might not have actually been having a trans experience, but we're just a little bit like confused about like their gender and everything?
No. I think that's tautological. You're saying if someone can be talked out of being trans, then they weren't really trans. So then we're defining trans as you can't be talked out of it. And then then I'm like, okay, if that's your definition of trans, then there's no point in trying to treat trans people in that way. Where
You know who's one political guy I hate? Whom?
Experience of our gender that's also equally like very difficult to move, or maybe even impossible at a certain point in life.
Yeah. Steven Crowder's a bitch baby of a boy, okay? He makes way too much money for how fucking dumb he is. All right? Yeah. Fuck that guy. All right? He ducks debates with Sam Cedar all the fucking time. You don't need to know who he is. Steve Crowder's a fuckboy that got into politics and sounded catchy to a bunch of other fuckboys and makes way more money than he should, all right? He is the voice. He's a voice that you should not listen to, kind of like Alex Jones, all right? You should not listen to Alex Jones. Fuck Steven Crowder. No, just go ahead. Hey, listen, if you really want to do yourself a little bit of frustration, Jess, go ahead and watch some of Steven Crowder's shit. Go ahead. Yeah. I said Alex fucking Jones. Yeah. Yeah, it's that guy, Jess. It's that guy. The change my mind guy who literally only debates dumb college people for the sake of seeming smart. He will never engage in an actual debate with someone who is intelligent. He just won't do it because the same thing with like Ben Shapiro. Ben Shapiro will never actually engage with someone from the other side that actually knows what they're talking about. He just won't do it because he stands to lose more than he stands to gain. Tempted to whip out an old YouTube video? Yo, post it in chat, bro. The only Jones I like is Indiana and Henry. Joneses, gotcha. I don't know who Henry Jones is, but yeah. Yeah, fuck Steven Crowder and fuck Alex Jones. Even when the college kids are smart, he doesn't let them talk. No. Especially when the college kids are smart, he won't allow them to talk because he cannot lose the debate, right? He sets up debates against college kids that he thinks he's going to win. And if by chance he's losing it, he will talk over them or gish gallop through them. That's what a lot of people do when they have no actual good arguments. They just talk over people and don't let them actually get their much more logical and well-founded arguments out. It's irritating as fuck. I don't think anything Ben Shapiro has ever done or said has been funny. And for the record, I'm subscribed to him on YouTube, okay? And I follow him on Twitter. You want to know why? Because I don't like living in an echo chamber, and I do like hearing the other side's arguments. It's just funny that I consistently listen to Ben Shapiro's arguments and realize the guy's an asshole. Like, he's just an intolerant asshole. He's just as much a part of the problem as the people he shits on. Just as much. Same thing with Steven Crowder. Steven Crowder is just as much a part of the problem as the people he bitches about. It's fucking disgusting. And the worst part about that shit is they're the ones making shit tons of money, spewing absolute fucking hot garbage over the airwaves to millions of people. Not me. Like, I will never make millions of dollars spewing, I don't know, open-mindedness, critical thought, openness to disagreement and being proven incorrect, right? I'll never make that much money. These dumb fucks pick a side with no foundation for their positions, and they make a shit ton of money. This shit, like, it irritates me. To hell and back, it irritates the shit out of me. I'm off it. I'm going to get angry. X2 will come out in September. I haven't even heard that. Hey, I can give you some millions of dollars after my antimatter plans go full steam. Hell yeah. You don't you forget about me, all right? The worst thing I ever did was try and make the world a better fucking place, all right? These people who are unwilling to engage with the other sides are a part of the problem, okay? They'll tell you all day long that they're not, and their side is the right one, okay? Just go ahead and watch. Who does Ben Shapiro debate nowadays? He goes to conferences that he sets up, by the way, or that are already set up by other conservatives, and debates college people, okay? Steven Crowder will go out into the fucking public or whatever, or have people on his YouTube channel or whatever the fuck, and debate college people. He won't debate actual academics. He won't debate actual intellectuals. I can sit here and say, I don't actually have enough information to talk about foreign policy, for example. But what I can tell you is that I have enough capability when it comes to critical thought to hear the words you're saying and decide if what you're saying actually makes sense, or if there might be another alternative explanation that you're just unwilling to acknowledge the existence of, right? Like, it's really fucking frustrating.
like an innate attachment to having those body parts rather than being attracted to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I think if it were easy to move,
I think we deserve it. I think
trans people rather than trans.
I think some of us deserve it. Okay? I feel like there's got to be some bar, some threshold at which you have earned sex too. Okay? So there's not a specific time where it would roll out across the nation or across the world. But I feel like there's some sort of exam you have to take, right? That is both physical, mental, and emotional. Like we need to qualify and vet people for sex too. All right, that's a pretty big jump. Okay.
Trans, we would just do it.
Or it would have been done by now, or even.
Well,
yeah, go ahead.
Except I think I have done it. So I'm gonna say, if we could easily do it, I might just be good at it. I don't know.
Do you think there's a possibility that the person that you talked out of it might not have actually been having a trans experience, but we're just a little bit like confused about like their gender and everything?
No. I think that's tautological. You're saying if someone can be talked out of being trans, then they weren't really trans. So then we're defining trans as you can't be talked out of it. And then I'm like, okay, if that's your definition of trans, then there's no point in trying to treat trans people in that way, where not conversion therapy, but like.
So I don't necessarily think it's tautological. So let's say that I've got a guy on the ground, and he's an extreme.
This one's for my own sake because I've heard the word before. And this is what I do. Tautology. Yeah, I should focus on the root of the word. The saying of the same thing twice in different words, generally considered to be a fault of style. Give me an example. I still have no idea how the magic of hormones work, but gosh darn, HRT is magical. I mean, that's part of the problem. We still don't, like, the medical and scientific field still doesn't quite have a full grasp on how hormones and other chemicals in our bodies work. Like it's an ever evolving and expanding science, right? That's part of what frustrates me about a lot of people's binary perspective with respect to science is like it's ever evolving. Okay? You accept what is true at the time it is taken widely as true, and then when the same institutions that told you it was true say, hey, it's no longer true, there's something else to consider, you should probably fucking consider it. You're just kidding? Just kidding? Wait, is that a double negative? I'm just kidding about being just kidding? Or wait, I'm just kidding about the fact that I was just kidding. Oh God. Oh God. Does not compute. Getting something the program to do. Getting the program to do something that it wasn't originally equipped to do. I wouldn't even say supposed to do, right? So it's getting the program to do something it wasn't originally equipped to do. I should have sent one JK then. Yeah, no, I'm just fucking with you. How did that first something get into that sentence? That's okay. I parsed out what you meant. Yeah, understood. I parsed out what you meant there. But yeah, I would modify it just a little bit to open it up just a little bit, because supposed is a inherently loaded term. Here we go with linguistics again, right? Supposed is like an ought. It's like a prescriptive statement versus a descriptive statement. So just to say, like, for example, to say that like the male body wasn't equipped to have like voluptuous breasts like a woman would have, for example, doesn't mean it wasn't supposed to have them, right? just wasn't, it's just by and large not equipped with them. Now there are some men that are overweight or for whatever reasons have a little bit more mass in their titties than usual. So it's an interesting distinction to go from equipped or supposed to equipped. Or wait, I just remembered something. So like, did you know that people first start to develop as women and then it either changes or not? Yeah, I think I remember that. Yeah. And this is a part of why there are so many arguments that so let's say hormones activate a part of a code that everyone has, but one can be run, but not only one can be run at the same time. Only, is that what you meant? And even then, I'm pretty sure the scientific consensus is that it's not only one can be run at the same time. There can be a spectrum between the two, right? Now, we can call them, like, this is another thing that pisses me off because there are also, there was actually a diagram. Hold on. Oh, fuck. There was... Hold on. Specific one I was looking for that basically goes from like, here's the left side, which is a female, and here's the right side, which is a male, and then everything in the middle is all of the differences which create. Yeah, here it is. This is really complicated, so I'm only gonna show it to you. Oh fuck. Here. So like, oh wait, hold on. Might be this one. But you get the point. Here, let me just explain it. So there's this like, okay, so on the one side there's a prototypical female, and on the other side there's a prototypical male, and then there's all this gray shit in between. And like the people that are obviously in dissent or dissent or disagreement with, this idea that gender is on a spectrum or even sex in certain respects is on a spectrum, they'll take all of the in-between things and they call them like anomalies or conditions or illnesses, right? Or diseases or afflictions. The problem is all of those things are loaded language. You don't know that your identification of those things as negative things is actually true. For all we know, those could genuinely just be a part of the spectrum that you are dismissing. Yeah, they just call them negative things. For example, like, even just an example of like a male having one testicle instead of two. I mean, if you're talking about a male, right, a normally perceived male, you've got a penis and two testicles. So what if someone has one testicle? What if someone has zero testicles? Right? Like it's these types of considerations. And then you get into the androgens and the actual hormones and all that kind of shit. And like it only becomes further gray. And so then it becomes a matter of, well, do you assign those as inherently negative things as though they're deficiencies? That's a good way to, good word, I think, is deficiencies, such that we shouldn't allow space for those things to exist within normal life? Or do we acknowledge that those things are a part of normal life and incorporate them into our overall consideration as to what it means to be a male or a woman or anything in between, or a man or a male or a female or a man or a woman or anything in between? Yes, DNA does tend to get a bit quirky. And like this stuff all starts breaking down when you start considering other species, for example. There are other species that are intersex, that can change their sex, that can have sex with them fucking selves, right? And then you have the asexual species that don't reproduce through what we consider to be reproduction. And like there's so many gray areas to all of this stuff that like for anyone as a normal person, and arguably even a scientist at this point, to say we know like 100%, no, you fucking don't. No, you don't. This is one of those ever-evolving sciences that we should be open to, and listen to and explore and try to understand better. We don't need to jump to conclusions just because not having a conclusion is uncomfortable. You know what I mean? Like I think that's what separates a lot of people from being like a conspiracy theorist and someone who actually considers things and weighs evidence. Like there are, or even going from conspiracy theorists like to also people who are hardcore religious people, for example. I feel like the reason people latch on to conspiracy theories as much as they do and latch on to religions as much as they do, in some cases, disclaimer, 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 is because there are people who are so uncomfortable with the idea that some questions in our lives, in our existence, are as yet unanswered and potentially might not ever be answered, that instead of acknowledging that they are as yet unanswered and may not ever be answered, they fill in the gaps with an answer that sounds comforting to them. And that, I understand why it happens on a human level, but it's irritating as fuck when people take those and then start spewing them and pushing those gap-filled conclusions on other people as though that is actual reality. That's not how this shit works. You don't get to fill in the gaps because you're uncomfortable and then call that objective reality. It could technically be, sure. But at the point that you're calling it a foregone reality, you don't actually fucking know that. And it is incredibly arrogant of you to not acknowledge that you don't actually know that. And that's what a lot of people do. They will not acknowledge that they don't actually know that. They have to say, yes, I know that, because it's something I feel. I don't give a fuck. Like, it's just like, it ends up being this feedback loop, like, that they're not willing to get out of because it just feels more comfortable. It's a part of, this is one of the philosophical aspects that is discussed or played upon or touched upon in the Matrix series, right? What is real? Most of us, if not all of us, have no fucking idea what is real, right? So there are people that acknowledge that and embrace the unknown and try to explore the unknown for the sake of reaching a better understanding. And then there are the people that fill in the gaps because it's easier, and then poof, that's it. The one thing that DNA said in me that I really hate and love at the same time, if I think of something that happened to me, or for example, I do get touched in VR, my brain goes like, wowie, that actually happened. And I feel everything like that. Yeah, well, there you go. So, people are different in that regard. Imagine that, right?
Extreme pain. And I'm like, sir, you need to get up. We need to move. And he's like,
we should stop that. I think I'm going to go ahead and call it here. My brain is a bit quirky. Yes, so is mine. Like I said earlier, right? I genuinely feel like that's why I have grown so much more slowly than other streamers tend to. But hey, it is what it is, right? Good talk. Thank you. Yeah, just remember, I think, therefore I am. Exactly. Let's just fill in the gaps, and then that is reality. That's part of why, by the way, people say perception is reality, right? Because people would rather literally construe their own perception as reality then acknowledge that there might be a different reality than the one they currently understand. I was about to say that I wanted to head out 3:30 a.m. and I'm still awake. Yeah. Yep. I think we'll call it here. Aye. This was a good stream overall. I am gonna throw this out here because I frankly I don't have enough time to network the way I would technically like to for the sake of growing my community and my stream. But if either of you know anyone who watches YouTube or Facebook or Twitch, tell them I exist. All right? There's a good way to get me on a boot camp tangent. Save it for next time, fam. Yeah, tell someone I exist, please, okay? Like, let's have more of these kinds of conversations. Let's think about stuff just a little bit more. Let's open our minds up just a little bit more. Okay? That's all I ask. Next time on Dragon Ball Z. Exactly. Okay? So next stream is Friday. And if you guys post a bunch of shit, talk in the Discord, all right? Post a bunch of shit in the meme channel. We can do another review. Okay? But for now, I'm gonna let that be the end of stream. And I'm gonna go relax with H-Bomb, as Link says. I'm gonna go relax with Heather for the rest of the evening and then go to bed. So, yes, this was a lot of fun. Thank you for engaging with me on it. And that was a really fun discussion. I like talking about this kind of stuff. I like thinking. So I appreciate you being here. Link, of course, I appreciate you being here too, man. I know these types of discussions aren't necessarily, you know, your preference, and that's okay. To each their own. That's why I kind of want a hybrid community. I want to do games, and I also want to talk about stuff and learn things sometimes. So I appreciate you guys hanging out, and we'll see you on Friday. Good night.